It was 2006, and I was hanging out with one of my closest friends. It was the morning time, and we were sitting in his living room just hanging out. We were both in kind of jokey bands at the time, and we were actually playing a show together that night. So we're talking, and all of a sudden he says, and keep in mind, this is a real conversation I had. Dude, I saw the movie Devil's Rejects last night. Have you ever seen that? Nah, man, I don't really like horror movies. Wow, dude, it's so good. The ending is gonna make you wanna get Freebird tattooed on your knuckles. What's that? The end of the movie, after you see it, you're gonna wanna get Freebird tattooed on your knuckles. I'm not so sure about that, bud. I think I'm gonna get Freebird tattooed on my knuckles. No, you're not. Yeah, I think I am, dude. No, you're not. And I'll tell you what, I'm so confident that you're not gonna get Freebird tattooed on your knuckles that if you do, I'll get Soul Train tattooed on my toes. I think I'm gonna do it, dude. So we hang out for a little bit more and then we go our separate ways. I don't really think about that conversation too much afterwards. So later on in the afternoon, I head down to where our bands are playing. For shows that I'm playing, I like to get there really early. It really lets the anxiety build up inside of me and makes me an uncontrollable wreck, and it makes me really awesome to be around. I'm standing outside the bar talking to somebody and this car rolls up really slowly. My friend's in the back seat with the window rolled down as far as it'll go, and he's hanging out his fists like this. I couldn't really see what it was, but I made a pretty strong assumption that I knew what it was, and then I figured that I was getting my toes tattooed sometime. We play the show, and it just so happens that the band my friend is in has a couple tattoo artists in it, and one of the dudes actually owns a tattoo shop. A tattoo shop that's connected to his apartment, the apartment that we usually go and hang out and party in most evenings. So lo and behold, now it's midnight. I'm ham-boned in this tattoo shop getting my toes tattooed, surrounded by 10 or 15 waist cases all jammed in a tiny room. I may have been drunk, but I vividly remember my friend who tattooed my toes saying, "Dude, don't even worry about it. These fade so fast. You won't even have these in a couple years." This picture of my toes was taken a few days ago. It looks like he just did it. Also, I don't remember my drunken logic at the time, but I definitely walked home the half a mile barefoot. Maybe the dirt got in and crusted on, and that's why they look so good still 15 years later. I don't know, I'm not a scientist. I had never actually watched Devil's Rejects, but I knew I was gonna make this video, so I figured I'd check it out. I have always wondered what he could have possibly meant by saying that the end of the movie makes you want to get Freebird tattooed on your knuckles. This movie is intense. I wouldn't call it scary, but it's definitely terrifying, if that makes any sense. I was so uncomfortable the whole time. Also, I now understand less what he was talking about all those years ago. Honestly, when that scene started, because I knew that it was the last scene in the movie, I was just glad because I knew I was about to be free as a bird from this pile of shit. Hey, thanks for watching that video. I really appreciate it. If you really liked it, can you really like it and maybe subscribe and ding that bell and do whatever else it is you got to do? And if you want, here's some more videos that you can watch. And then at the end of those videos is going to be this video, because time's an endless circle or whatever.